Underground Crypto.
Hey, it's the Underground Crypto back at it again. And we back at it again. Tax time in United States just passed. And Uncle Sam is coming. Prepare yourself. There's a lot of profit that we're making. And how do we avoid taxes? And it's different from evading taxes. That's something different. We're talking about avoiding taxes or reducing your taxable income, reducing your capital gains tax. So that's our show for today. And we are going to touch on Stellar, the sleeping giant. We're going to touch on Stellar. There's some small news there with Stellar. But the market, the cryptocurrency market, I'm going to have to touch on this a bit. Ever since Elon Musk flip-flopping with Bitcoin, and you can't buy Bitcoin with Tesla. Yes, you can buy Bitcoin with Tesla. Oh, I still hold Bitcoin. Playing games with the cryptocurrency market. You can see half a trillion dollars. We're at 1.92 trillion. We were at 2.52 trillion last week, is what I think. So $500 billion went somewhere else. Bitcoin, old grandpa, almost down to 39,000. Not holding that support that we need. ETH lost over 1,000, hitting at 3,000. What this is, if you got the money, it's a great buy the dip opportunity. Binance coin, I'm gonna look to get a few of those Binance coins there for some passive income. That's under 500. Cardano was over $2. Karate Kid Cardano dropped under 2. And if we look at Stellar, back at 60 cents, we were seeing the 70 cents. We were holding at 70 cents and everything, but right now it is a good buy the dip opportunity. But news regarding Stellar and other cryptocurrencies comes from SoFi. So with SoFi, 15 new crypto coins just dropped. And we're going to look at the list so we can see some familiar names here. Chainlink, Cardano, Stellar, the sleeping giant. And we're going to look at the full list of what you can buy. So this is great to see the adoption, and what I predict is that in Robinhood, you'll be able to purchase Stellar XLM this year. That's my prediction. I mentioned that in previous videos. So we can see the full list in SoFi. So Bitcoin, ETH, Litecoin, Ethereum Classic, Stellar, Tezos, Chainlink, Cardano, and a few others. And we can see the ones that are not yet purchasable. XRP, so these are just viewable. EOS, BNB. So this is another great news for Stellar. More ways for non-crypto heads to buy Stellar XLM there. So that's great news there. And just a reminder that it's good to have in this type of market passive income. And what does that mean? It means no matter how the market goes, if it's going down, you're making money. And I was talking to my friend the other day, and he's like, thank you. His passive income is $20,000 a month based on the strategy. So you want to set up 4 cryptocurrency revenue streams. Passive income. We're not talking about staking. Swing trade, day trade, yield farming. And your hodl bag, you don't touch it. So this is what you want to look to set up so you reduce the risk. You're still making money. And the Underground Crypto website will be launching soon. It's actually live, but I'll provide the domain name. And you'll be able to learn ways how to passively make money with cryptocurrency. So stay tuned for that. All right, so we're going to jump into today's show. So for today's show, we're going to talk about crypto tax. What are the different ways? And there may be YouTubers out there that will state this is how you can avoid crypto tax, but the best way is to hear from an accountant because they know the system. So I'm going to play a video. I watched a really nice video of an accountant, and he was talking about how to avoid crypto tax. A few of the 5 things he mentioned I disagree with, and I'll mention the ones I did disagree with and a better approach that you can take. But that's our show for today. And Wall Street Journal announced that 2 new IRS, this is from Wall Street Journal article, 2 new IRS efforts to find crypto tax cheats stand out. In April, a federal judge in Boston approved an IRS summons to the payments company known as Circle and its affiliates, including Polynix, to turn over customer records to the agency. And in early May, a federal judge in San Francisco approved another IRS summons for records to the crypto exchange known as Kraken. In both cases, the turnover applies to customers who had more than 20,000 in transactions in any year from 2016 to 2020. So they are looking for us. They're looking to find us. If you're making profit, you sold, you exchange it to fiat, they are looking. So to finish this article, it says, with these summons and other actions, the IRS is mounting a full court press to show taxpayers how seriously it takes cryptocurrency compliance. So this is something that we need to keep in mind and build a strategy around. So I'm going to play a video and we're going to chop it up, talk about 5 ways to avoid taxes on cryptocurrency. And you can note there he says avoid paying taxes. Right? And this is with Emery Share. So check him out on YouTube. Follow him. So he's a certified CPA. So this is what you want to listen to, certified CPAs. All right? Let's check it out.
Hi, welcome to Talk.Crypto. I'm Emery Shear. I'm a certified public accountant, and today I'm going to discuss with you 5 ways that you can avoid paying taxes on your cryptocurrency gain. So, the first way I mentioned in an earlier broadcast, and that's the easiest, is basically you buy the crypto and you don't sell it. You can hold it for an entire year, and as long as you don't have a sale or that you don't use it to purchase goods, then you have no gain or loss. So just by buying and holding, you do not have to report your crypto gain wherever it goes. So it's an unrealized gain, and the IRS is really only concerned about realized gains. That's number 1.
That's the strategy we talk about. You have your hodl bag. You just hold it, and the reason he says for a year is your capital gains tax a little bit less there. If it's sold before a year, then they're going to hit you pretty hard with the capital gains tax. All right, let's dive into the second.
The second one, more interesting, is you can use an IRA. Now, traditional Roth IRAs, 401ks, all of the
All right, I'm not sure what he's talking about here with self-directed IRAs, but what you can do, you can go to, and I mentioned this before, go to iTrust Capital, self-trade cryptocurrency and physical gold in your IRA, 401k. So tax advantages, so you can trade. Your trades are tax-free in an IRA, low cost, IRS compliant. What you can do too is, say if you sell and you make tons of profits, you could just move it over to the IRA and iTrust Capital. And they have all these great coins here, plus Stellar. Stellar should be on the list as well. Right? So this is one way here that he's talking about. All right, let's jump to the third.
So a third way to utilize gains on cryptocurrency and avoid paying U.S. tax would be to invest in a foreign life insurance product. Insurance product can be used for many different types of investments and not just a death benefit. You could use it for the future gains could be used and borrowed back from the policy. You could cash them in. You could.
So this is I disagree with that. I have knowledge on life insurance, and I disagree with this. You can put your money elsewhere, and I think the reason he's bringing up life insurance is you're not taxed if the money goes into life insurance there. But I'm not going to touch on this too much, but I disagree with this approach. All right, let's go to the fourth.
A fourth way to avoid cryptocurrency gains in the U.S. would be to move to Puerto Rico. Wait a minute. Puerto Rico is part of the U.S. It absolutely is. It is a territory of the U.S. However, Puerto Rico has recognized cryptocurrency as a potential way to attract Americans. And so they have created a very favorable taxing system for cryptocurrency. You must move to Puerto Rico. You would most likely need to purchase property in Puerto Rico. You need to have a closer connection to Puerto Rico than you do in any other state in the United States. So all of that has to be taken care of. Your driver's license in Puerto Rico, and your passport is a U.S. passport, so you're okay there. But that is a way to do it, and you need to have to establish residency at least 183 days a year in Puerto Rico. But things like if your family is in the United States, your wife and children in the United States, and you're going to be in Puerto Rico so that you can trade cryptocurrencies, you may have a problem there. So you have to make certain that you do establish a bona fide residence in Puerto Rico.
So this one's interesting. And I told a few friends about this when they said they are ready to go to Puerto Rico and save on that tax. Let me know if you are thinking about moving to Puerto Rico. And there are other countries too that are crypto tax havens where you don't have to pay all the crypto tax. All right, let's go to number 5.
And the last way is probably a drastic way, but it also works, and I have used it for some of my clients, is basically to expatriate. Expatriating is basically giving up U.S. citizenship. There is a method to do this. You want to make sure you have a passport for another country, for some other foreign country. And if your purpose to do this is because you want to trade cryptocurrency and avoid gains, of course you're going to look for a country that does not tax foreign currencies. So, but in order to do that, you would have this other passport of another country, and then you would go to the U.S. Embassy and you would turn your passport in. There is an issue that if you have accumulated a large amount of cryptocurrency and maybe other assets in the U.S., you can't just turn it in and walk away from the U.S. taxing authorities. There is what's called an exit tax, and there are limitations on that. So that's another thing to check out before you actually go down this road. But that is another way to consider avoiding gains on cryptocurrencies.
So some great information there. So you can turn in your citizenship, but you still will be taxed with the exit tax. So Uncle Sam does not quit. Uncle Sam will still be there even if you try to exit. He will say, hey, you have a large amount of cryptocurrency there. All right. And then I think another way, I'm not sure if he brought it up, is, and I have to do more research on this, say if you are holding your cryptocurrency that utilizes a debit card and you use the debit card to make transactions, I'm not sure how you could be taxed with that. I'm not sure. So look more into that. Do your research. But those are 5 ways to avoid cryptocurrency tax. All right, that's a wrap. Let me know what you think. Do you have other ways to reduce your taxable income or avoid cryptocurrency tax? Leave it in the comment. Stand clear for the closing doors. The next stop for Stellar is the moon. Let's get it.
We don't have that much competition. They would use Stellar to make their payments faster.